All right, it is now time to check out the supporting cast of the new Xenoverse collab banner. The free-to-play Jiren, we got the Xeno Trunks, and we got the Towa Mira. We're going to check out all three in this video, in this triple showcase all-star video. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to go over how to build each and every one of them, and then we'll jump into the action. So use the timestamps in the video to skip around, or just jump all the way into the action. So let's go ahead and check out these units. I'm going to use Dokkan Database for this. Let's start with the free-to-play. The full power ultra super villain Jiren. I can't stand this, man. The more I read this, the more I get angry. All right, so this guy's, nobody cares about the leader skill. This guy massively raises his attack for one turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. That's 100% stat boosto. Attack and defense plus 250 per crossover category ally on the team. Key plus 1 up to 4. Attack and defense plus 110% up to 440. Damage reduction plus 11% up to 44%. Attack plus 110% when attacking up to 440. Defense plus 110% when receiving an attack up to 440. So this stat line is effectively being counted for double. And what this means right here is you must be running this dude on a full crossover team, which is good, but it's also bad because it limits where you can use him. And also some of his links are just not going to be possible on a crossover team. When all allies attacking in the same turn are crossover category characters, guards all attacks, all enemies attack minus 20%, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. After performing 5 or more attacks in battle, crossover category allies get a perma boost of attack and defense plus 11%. After receiving 5 or more attacks in battle, attacks effective against all types. So this is like a pseudo critical. So since he's a physical character, he has no semblance of critical in his hit potential to begin with. This gives you that like fake version of it, which is nice. So now looking at the links, I will just say there are some nice links here for teams outside of crossover, but since we're trying to run crossover, that's going to limit this. And if we look at the link buddies, check it out. You got the Jiren units, which you'll probably never run, but look at our first crossover unit that actually can run with him in terms of synergy. This Pycon, Super Pycon, Tough as Nails. Tough as Nails is the link I like the most, and sadly he's the only one that can give you that. He doesn't fit the full 250%, 220% leader skill on the Vegeta, but we could throw him in there. But yeah, when it comes to linking with this unit, I focus more so on just having him on the team and having another body just to take the attacks, provide some support, do some damage when necessary. So how do you build the unit? The answer is dodge. Full dodge. Because while this may seem like some pretty crazy Unga Bunga numbers, they're not. Not for this free-to-play unit. That 44% damage reduction combined with guard, and not to mention the fact that he does not raise his defense whatsoever on the super, does put him in a precarious situation in certain events. If you have some dodge just to completely negate any damage altogether, that would be the best thing possible, because this guy can take some pretty nasty damage. Check out my other showcases because you will see traces of what this guy was capable of without being fully maxed out. We will test out the full extent in this video, but if you give him as much dodge as you can, that just gives him an extra out. And then the rest I put into additional. At that point, I mean, you could go critical. I just don't care for it, mainly because as I've been running this crossover team, I've found that the critical support that the Xeno Trunks provides, as well as the Xeno Pan has actually become one of my favorites on this team. That is enough for me to give him the extra crit. And if he doesn't get the crit, he's got this here, and that's enough. He's not a game changer in terms of that damage on the scale of a summonable unit, so I'm okay with him not having an emphasis on that. I'd rather just focus on combos and dodge. So max dodge all the way. And if you want to give some stats, of course, that works too. Next up, we're looking at Xeno Trunks. So this dude, Vegeta's Family Defenders of Justice, 130%. Key plus 2, attack and defense plus 250, damage reduction 30%. Crossover or Vegeta's Family category allies, key plus 2, attack and defense plus 30%. Per crossover or Vegeta's Family category ally on the team, depending on whichever one has more, attack and defense plus 100% up to 500. Chance to crit and dodge plus 10% up to 50. Did I say chance to crit or damage reduction? I don't remember. Chance to crit and chance to dodge plus 10% up to 50. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense plus 250. Launches an additional super attack. When receiving an attack with 12 or more key, defense plus 300%. With an int or physical key sphere obtained, chance to dodge plus 20% as the second attacker in a turn. Performs a critical hit and launches an additional super attack as the third attacker in a turn. With an STR, AGL, or Tech key sphere obtained in slot 2, you would get key plus 2 for all allies and defense plus 30% for 2 turns, while giving yourself guard in slot 2. And then in slot 3, all allies attack plus 40% and chance to crit plus 20% for 3 turns as the third attacker. So this guy's main function is to support. On top of that, he can do some damage, but in terms of defense, you want to either focus on dodging in the slot 2 or giving him guard in the slot 2. If you rotate him off in the slot 3, you have to be careful because you won't be getting anything extra in terms of defensive measures besides this and the fact that you have some dodge here and a little bit of damage reduction right here. So you got to be careful. And you don't raise defense on your super, which is why in terms of hit potential, I think it should be pretty obvious. The answer is going to be full dodge. Once again, even more dodge than before, because a lot of times you will actually want to use that critical team bonus effect. And the only way to do that is to get him off of the rotation. And when he's going off the rotation with only a 50% chance to dodge and a 30% damage reduction with no defense boosting super, if you get hit on some of the harder events, you will get killed. So giving him as much dodge as you possibly can will give him that much more of a chance to get out of that, and he can still give you that nice critical for a few turns. Or if you just keep him on the rotation, he gets extra dodge. This also is further supplemented by it with a 20% extra dodge in slot 2. He has a 70% chance to dodge, and then with the backup 35, that gives me, what is it, 80.5? That gives me an 80.5% chance to dodge with my 35 hit potential dodge. So no matter what way you look at this, you should 100% be going towards dodge. This unit does work outside of crossover, which is also nice to see because you can also run this with Vegeta's family. There's really no restriction on running crossover here. So yeah, throw him on some Vegeta's family teams if you want. I feel like this guy's actually going to get a lot of mileage because of that. So these are the Link buddies, which I don't really care about because his role is to dodge and get out of the way and just support. So for me, links don't matter too much. Although, wow, they share 4 links, really? Solid, oh yes, solid support. Cold Judgment, Fierce Battle, Xenoverse. This is actually amazing. Okay, I think we just found our best Link buddy for the crossover team. Coming up next, we got AGL Mira and Towa. Time Travelers join forces, key +3, 130%. This is a stacking unit, raises attack and defense permanently, causes supreme damage, and raises extreme class allies defense by 5% for 2 turns. Now, this seems very weird, but when you look at the passive, you'll actually understand and see how much more beneficial this can truly be on this team. Launches an additional super attack. Crossover category allies and time travelers, key +2 attack and defense +30. For crossover or time traveler category allies on the team, depending whichever one has more, attack and defense +100% up to 500. Chance to crit and damage reduction +10% up to 50. With a 12 or more key when attacking, attack +250. When receiving an attack with 12 or more key, defense +250. For 4 turns from the character's entry, key +4, defense +250. Foresees enemy super attack within the character's attacking turn. When attacking in slot 2, attack +100%. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. When attacking in slot 3, launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 70% chance of becoming a super. For every attack performed, key +1. So this unit is meant to just continually build up, build up, build up, build up. Not a slot 1 by any stretch. A slot 2, yes, you can keep the unit around to get the most out of the scouting effect initially, but mainly if you put this unit in slot 3 with your main super attack, then your passive, that's 2 supers, and then 2 more, potentially 4 supers. When you combine that with this part of the super attack, you could be providing extreme class allies defense 5% 4 times on the following turn. So think of this kind of like a Goma effect to a lesser extent on the extreme class allies. And that would include your leading LR God Vegeta Ultra Super Villain or any other extreme class crossover character that you would throw onto this team. So this actually has a lot of benefits. So this unit being in slot 3 would be good. But the problem is that you want to be building up those stats as much as possible to make this unit as resilient and tanky as possible, because with only 50% damage reduction, some of the more difficult fights, this unit will potentially get you in trouble, maybe early on. But for the most part, if you can continue to combo out, you should be okay. And if you can give this unit, spoiler alert, my build, which is full dodge, you can give the unit that much more protection early on. As you continue the ascent, stacking over and over and over, building up those stats, you reduce the chance of anything catastrophic happening because you have an additional layer of defense with some dodge. Also, this can prevent the seal or stun effect. If this unit were to get locked in slot 1 for whatever reason, you have some sort of a way to potentially get out of that with some dodge. So now that I've given the unit 30 dodge, I've effectively thrown into the passive, launches an additional super attack, medium chance to dodge, which I think will make the unit more complete. Some people would disagree and just focus on pure offense. My counter to that is that you've already got so many supers anyway. We're good there. And with my 11 additional, that's another 22% chance for another super attack. Or actually, it's a 22% chance for an additional attack, which has a 50% chance of becoming a super. And then as far as critical is concerned, this unit intrinsically has a 50% chance to crit. And then when you consider other units on the team, like Xeno Trunks, who can provide 20% crit, Xeno Pan, which can provide 30% crit, anybody else, is there a Link that can give us some crit? Probably not. No. But with those two, I'm okay. So I don't need to give more critical. That's it. So those are my builds for the 3 Xenoverse characters. So with that said, we're going to be jumping into the Divine Wrath Mortal Will stage, and then we'll move on to some other fights to see how we can do. I'm also bringing the the 2-winged angel. Stupid little FU youth. So this dude links well with the Towa Mira. Also, I kind of just wanted to use him because he's got some cool orb changing that happens on turn 5. I feel like that will be a nice, fun little gimmick to mess around with. I'm going to try to avoid having the Vegeta ruin the showcase. The Vegeta is meant to be the slot 1, but my Vegeta is so juiced up in terms of offense. This is my Ultra Ego Vegeta build. He is going to be soaking up all the damage, and there's not going to be any room for these guys to do anything. So it's going to be a little wonky. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and let's try running this fight sans Vegeta for the most part. All right, messed around and brought in a better starting rotation. Okay, so I really don't want Vegeta to ruin this. He's gonna kill this guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do some stress testing early. And if we take a lot of damage on this fight, that alone tells you this is not gonna work on other fights. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Trunks in slot 1. No, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna put Towa slot 1. I wanna see how much damage she's taken on a slap. So let's do this. And then with Xeno Trunks in slot 2, he can give everybody extra defense. So we can actually, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. Let me not do that. I don't want to mess with. Oh, I think I have no choice. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pick up the Int Key Sphere. I'd rather not mess with the defense, the starting defense. I want to just see how much damage she can tank for. All right, and then we've got Ultra Ego in slot 3. 30% chance to dodge. That's medium chance to dodge twice. Nice. All right. So this unit is not meant to be in the slot 1. So we're losing out on some combo potential here. But 21.8 million attack stat. 19 million damage on a crit. 22.6 million attack stat on the second super. 14 million, no crit. And that's it. We could have done so much more had this unit been in slot 2 or 3. But we have given everybody now 10% defense for 2 turns. And we take double digits. All right. 31.4 million attack stat for Xeno Trunks. 12.7 million damage, no crit. 34 million attack stat on the second super. 22.6 million damage with crit. And there you go. He is basically no additional in his hit potential, but he did a nice chunk of damage right there. All right. Now over here, I guess we can do more stress testing. This one, we're probably going to lose, but I think it's important to see what happens. So let's just leave Jiren in slot 1. Oh, yeah, we'll have him go after Rose. Let's do that. Let me actually keep Xeno Pan around. Ooh, no, let me not do that. Actually, you know what? No, yeah, let me keep Jiren by himself. So no support. If he had Vegeta around, he would have only gotten 10% more defense anyway. He's getting that from Towa and Mira from last turn, so we're fine. All right, let's see what happens here. This dude's got 30% chance to dodge. He's got guard. He's got 44% damage reduction. Okay. All right, he's taken 3 hits so far. He dodged that one. 4. He took 4 hits. Was that 25 million attack stat? 0 links. 16 million damage with a crit. 30 million attack stat on the second super. 18.7 million damage on the crit. All right, so he's been hit 5 times. So his full passive is now rendered. He's giving everybody attack and defense plus 11%. Those were pretty good numbers for no links. And also, he did that with the 30% crit chance. Xeno Pan, with her passive, just gave Jiren exactly what we were considering in our hit potential. And for me, that's enough. Now he's got the support part of his passive, which gives him even more durability. After a few more attacks, he will also... What is the other thing that he's going to get? Attacks effective against all types. Hold on, I'm forgetting which one's which. Oh, dang! What? No. After receiving those attacks, he has attacks effective against all types. It's after he launches 5 attacks. That is what gives the team support. Ugh. What you just saw at the end there is why you should not be trying at home what I've done with my Vegeta. I've given him no dodge. I don't know why, dude. I'm having too much fun living on the edge with that crazy stupid build. I don't get it. All right, 30.8 million attack stat for Jiren now. We're putting him in slot 1. We're giving the extra Xenoverse link. 20 million damage on that crit. 36 million attack stat on the second super. Dude, guy's cooking him. 5.8 million damage, no crit. And then we got an additional attack. 10 million damage on the slap. Dude, what the hell? 3, 4... 5. Okay. So now he has pseudo crit. He will get the team support after launching 2 more attacks. All right. So on this turn, what can we really test out here? I guess we can test out. Ooh, wait a minute. We got some nice links. Which one do we choose from? You know what? Let's give Xeno Trunks an opportunity to prove himself. So let's do this. Uh-oh. We might die in slot 3. It's fine. We're stress testing. This is Dokkan science we got going on here. I forget how this guy works. How does this little... Oh yeah, I used to call him Emo Pigeon. That was my nickname for him. Emo Pigeon. All right, let's do that. All right, 35 dodge plus the 50%. Okay, so he dodged both. That was like a 65 something % chance to dodge right there, and he dodged both. So 30 million attacks on the first super, did about what, 15 million damage on a crit. That's against Zamasu, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. All right, so he attacked a couple of times. Defense didn't change, so he still better be dodging everything, and he did. Wow. Okay, nice dodge. That's all RNG. So 30 million attack stat here. Towa Mira looking at the best possible setup in terms of links on this crossover team, because we have 4 links with Trunks, and then I think like 1 or 2 extra links with FU. And also, since we're in slot 2, we are launching an extra super. So this will give FU more defense when he inevitably has to tank that Rose attack. You better launch more, dude. He gets more damage reduction with each attack that he launches. I think it's like 20. So that was 3. So is that 60? Dodge? How did he do that? Hold on. First of all, what is your deal, Emo Pigeon? Oh, it's only up to 40% damage reduction. Oh, but he had 60. Okay, no, he had 60% damage reduction. Where did the dodge come in? He doesn't have any dodge. Oh, it was the 10 dodge that I gave him. Uh-huh. That's an old build. Nowadays, I would probably give him 20 dodge. All right, so here, I guess we'll just put Jiren in slot 1 again. Actually, no. Let me give him the extra link. Why not? So let me have Vegeta go after him, and then I'm gonna have Jiren start attacking the Rose. Yeah, and then I'll do this. We don't need to, like, needlessly stick around here. There's no point. You only need 2 attacks from Jiren, and then everybody gets stronger. $29.4. We do have extra defense courtesy of Towa Mira from last turn. All right, and there we go. Now everybody got attack and defense plus 11% from his support. So Jiren is fully maxed out. So next time we come back here, we'll see more stats for him. He'll probably be like 32 million attack stat. We're not really able to showcase the defense so much on this fight just because it's lower stakes. But I'm sure when we get to the like final stage, we'll know what's going on. Okay, so we got more crit this turn. Yeah, this is the problem. See, because I'm prioritizing these other guys, the rotations, the formations they're just completely screwed up. It should be the Vegeta slot 1, and these guys should be slot 2 and 3. And we got something coming in hot. Uh-oh. Who's got more damage reduction? I guess you do. Oh, maybe we should just have you. No, but you don't have enough dodge. We're just gonna ride or die with this. Trunks, don't choke. If you do choke, nobody cares. All right, do that and do that. Nice. You're on a roll. Don't screw this up. Oh! Oh my! What the hell? He tanked that for double digits? Why? He did 19 million on the first crit, 13 million on the second non-crit. Dude, wow. Wow. I am impressed. I was not expecting that, not gonna lie. Their stat progression is pretty slow. Feels pretty slow, but good damage though. All right, so AGL Fusion Zamasu. I mean, God Vegeta. Yeah, God Vegeta really should be the one in slot 1. I gotta put him there. I have to. I'm gonna transform him too because it's been a few turns. He loses his extra protection. All right, so he might kill, and if he does. No! 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 I'm going against my better judgment. I'm doing it for science. Don't judge me. Please. Okay. 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 Oh, wow. He didn't super. 30 million attack stat. 30 million attack stat to start. 35 million attack stat on the follow-up. So it went up slightly. All right, Jiren, damn. He healed back everything we did. Ah, feels so wrong playing it like this. Well, no action for you, emo pigeon. Vegeta's taking him out. All right, here we go. Final stage. Oh, nice. I'm gonna keep this guy as is. I'm not gonna transform him. That way these guys can actually do something. And I'm gonna bench the Mira Towa. So I'm gonna put Trunks now in his natural position of slot 2. And I want to see how well he can tank. So I'm gonna give him an STR, AGL, or Techie Sphere. So let me do this. STR, AGL, or Tech for you. And then we'll do this for Towa Mira. Hopefully everybody gets to go. It's now been 3 turns. This guy should be transforming. So by not doing that, we are nerfing him a little bit. So we are going to do some damage, but not as much as we would have. Plus he didn't get hit. So 32.4 million attack stat, 20.7 million damage on a crit, 35 million attack stat on the second super, 22.6 million damage on the crit. Nice dodge. Okay. I mean, he tanked it though because he's got guard, so we're good. Oh, he didn't super. All right. 27.8 million attack stat for Towa Mira. 13.3 on the crit. 28.7 million attack stat on the follow-up. $3 million non-crit. We got a slap, and we got another super. 30 million attack stat. 14 million on a crit. Do we get another one? Oh. Uh-oh. Is that GG? That might be GG, right? Whoa! Nice. Very nice. Okay. Well, you know what? With all that extra defense, let's see how Jiren handles this. And then we'll put... Let me see if I can I stall this as much as possible? Let me see if I can stall the fight a little bit more. So I'm moving this guy into slot 3. All right, let's see what you got. Nice dodge. Okay. 26 million attack stat. No links again. 10 million damage, no crit. 30.6 million on the second. 11.7, no crit. And no third super, just a slap. 5 million. Dang. All those were failed crits. All right. Didn't get hit. Oh, God. Yeah, I know what's about to happen. Oh. Ew. Well, then. No. No. All right. Well, you know what? I was expecting to have to do multiple resets, but we didn't have to do that. So good on y'all for dodging. Thank you, dodge builds. And that's exactly my point. You get more flexibility. You get more ways to circumvent potential hazards on a map. That was good. Map on a fight. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this is probably a bit extreme, but we're just going to jump into the fire and take on the giant form thing. The main purpose of this is to put our guys in more perilous situations to see how well they could tank, potentially. So there's gonna be a lot of bad plays here, but I'm doing it specifically to just see how much damage we'll take. So in this situation, Jiren has 44% damage reduction and he's got guard. I want to see what that can do for us in the slot 1 with his dodge build. And he's got a couple more links, I think, here, right? Nope, he still only has the one. Jeez. God, you just can't link this guy with anything. Like, tough as nails, you really want that. Ah, his links just suck. All right, so you're going slot 1. What's this dude's deal? He gets stronger every time he gets hit, right? Maybe we shouldn't go after him. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's do that. Oh my God. In slot 2, this guy. Oh, you know what? We need to give him more dodge, int or physical. Can't do either one. All right. So by picking up tech in slot 2, we are getting guard. Okay. Everybody gets defense. That's probably a good thing. So let's do this. And then we will do... I don't know. Let's take out Fasha. Let's do that. Yikes. All right. Nice dodge. Oh, geez. Goodbye. Oh, okay. I always forget, like, who's actually scary here. All right, so we've been hit 3 times. 4 times. $11.3. We really shouldn't be doing this, but we are. Uh-oh. Good dodge. Honestly, good dodge. Good medium chance to dodge. Let's go. All right. Well, he's got pseudo crit now. Jiren with the impressive slot 1. Woo! I'm glad Trunks got sealed because he can still help without attacking, which is awesome. All right, let's kill that stupid Fasha. Get out of here, you bum. So why did I build my Vegeta this way? It's mainly just because I wanted him to get the full effect of his passive when he's in slot 1, but also I just wanted to give him more combo power when he was in slot 2 or 3 on non-crossover teams. Just, I wanted to live dangerously. Do not try this at home. Viewer discretion is advised. Not a great build. I think dodge is much more effective. All right. Oh, I just realized this is a terrible rotation. Okay, let's skip this. Let's keep it. Screw it. What's the worst that could happen? Besides that. And that's why I said, do not try that at home. That is a terrible, 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 terrible build. Uh-oh. Dude, what the... Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. So let's pick up these 4 orbs and damage ourselves like crazy. Then I'm gonna use this. Oh wait, I just realized we shot ourselves in the foot in terms of links. Oops. Okay, whatever. Let's see how this works. Can you dodge all these? This is an RNG simulator right here. This isn't a showcase. It's working though. Dude, he has only been hit once. Like, I think in this entire video, while he's in slot 1, right? I opened my big mouth and I knew. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm sorry. I get it. I'll keep my mouth shut. Oh, that's GG, man. How do you fail 70%? Actually, like 80%. God. How do you do that? How? Just how? So we are juicing up Bardock quite a bit, so we're probably dead here, but I just want to see like by how much. Because last fight we just really couldn't get a feel for damage, you know, like consequence. We were just going to town on that fight. Watch the dodge save us. Look at how much we keep stacking, but notice how the attack stat just doesn't change. I know that there's a reason for that. It's like multiplicative stats and like other stuff. I just don't care about all that to like remember. Ow, 8 million damage. All right, now let's more accurately like run through a typical Xenoverse rotation. We're actually gonna have Vegeta do his thing, and we're gonna try to, you know, beat these guys down. Let's see. We'll see how this goes. So we're getting Xenoverse and Fierce Battle with Vegeta and Towa Mira. Meanwhile, everyone is just gonna be smacking this dude. Turn 1, this isn't a problem, but as Bardock gets stronger, dude, Vegeta can't handle it, even with all of his extra damage reduction. That's why dodge is so nice. So I'm going after Fasha first because I want to get rid of the hazards, and I'm also going after Tora. Will this ultimately be the right play? One more. Nice. All right, Posh is dead. Very nice. We don't land any attacks on Bardock, which is good. Just imagine if his passive was every super gave him an extra super attack back. Just imagine how much he would have done right there. That's crazy. So I'm going after Tora here because Tora can seal. I only have 2 sensu beans. Also, I'm giving Jiren extra defense so that he can tank the Bardock in the slot 3. All right, not the greatest damage output there, but I think we need to, I want to bring in a couple more units to give the Jiren and the Towa Mira more synergy. I want to see what that can do. Okay. Oh boy. If I put pin, oh God. Okay, well, everybody knows what's about to happen. Everybody knows. That is some GG right there. So let's do this. In the slot 2, I always forget what int gives me the dodge. Okay, so I'm gonna get that dodge, and then yeah, do we even survive this? Let's find out. Oh my god. All right, he's sealed, but he does have 20% extra dodge. So 70% with the 35 backup. That's 80.5% chance to dodge. And then we got Emo Pigeon. 1 super, 2 super. So that is 40% damage reduction. He does not have 60% because there is no extreme class ally on the team. I think that's what he needs to get the additional 20%. Or is it crossover? I don't remember. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. Oh wait, what? All right, man. I'm over this fight. All right, so we've got another goofy looking team here. Mainly, I'm just doing this to give Jiren more synergy and the Towa Mira more synergy. So we've removed the Xeno Trunks. Xeno Trunks, pretty clear what he can do, and he's very good. So there's not much more to showcase for the guy. So without him, we're gonna be seeing what the synergy looks like with these boys. Now this guy actually has, look at all these links. Look at all these extra links. So what I'm gonna test out right here is just to see how much damage he takes. He's gonna get stunned. I'm pretty sure this guy stuns or seals or something. So I'm gonna put this dude slot 1. And I don't know, let's just see what Super PyCon can do. This dummy doesn't even fit the full 220, 250% leader skill. He's a stacker, right? Like, what is your deal? Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'll do this. All right, you two, have fun on your little date. Oh, he didn't super. Okay. 28.1 million attack stat. 5 million, no crit. Additional 1.8, and there's our super. Okay. He dodged both. Okay. All right, good job. Pretty sure we die here. What a little weirdo. What did we learn from that, kids? We learned Jiren is better off just being alone. Don't even bother with that dude's links. Because you gave him dodge, he will be just fine. Okay, so here we've got great synergy going on. Demonic power, cold judgment. Problem is, someone's about to die. Okay, I'm gonna give this dude all these STR key spheres. That gives me 50% chance to dodge. He's got a 50% chance to dodge, plus he's got the 26. Okay, so yeah, got about what? It's over 60% chance to dodge. Oof. He should be fine, right? He'll be fine. Ain't nothing to worry about. Ain't no thing. Demonic power. Yes, there's one. Did I see a little hesitation? Almost looked like he was about to counter. This guy should not be in slot 1, by the way. He should be in slot 3. Absolutely. But we're just putting him in slot 1. Wow, I can't believe he dodged all this. All right. 26.1 million attack stat for Towa Mira. $10 million damage on a crit. 27.1 on the follow-up. $2.5 no crit. 28 on the third super. 10.6 with a crit, and another one. 29.2 million attack stat. All supers, all defense. 26 million, no crit. This guy's also a perma stacker. If anything, these two should be on the rotations, but who would be your slot 1? It would have to be Towa Mira because we gave dodge. Not ideal. So even for them, you should also focus less on the synergy. You just really can't do it. Pretty sure this run is going to end right here. If it doesn't, I'm going to be shocked. There's no shot we survive this. No shot. Oh, she's the one who stuns. Crap. 38.5 million attack stat though on the bright side. Without the support, we do have all the extra links. That's giving us some more damage. Oh, we lost the crit though. We don't have the crit because we don't have Pan on this team. Okay, goodbye. See ya, buddy. Oh my god. So what is the best crossover team right now? It's probably going to look like something like this. I would say everyone on this team but the Vegito is a guarantee. Like they all have to be there. Maybe you could also take this guy out. I think Xenopan is incredibly important because of that extra crit. 30% crit is pretty huge. I'm going to throw in the Vegito and we're going to try one more fight. Let's do this. And we're going to actually try to win this. So I'm going to use my item and everything. Oh, I forgot to bring a support memory. All right, so let's do this. 887,000 health. Can you seriously not attack me right away? All right, that's more like it. Also, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta super easy. It might be good too. You know, nice tank. Good synergy with Vegeta. Also, you know what? This is me talking before we get some easy A's. So maybe some Xenoverse easy A's coming up will give us those like definitely must run units on this team. It'll definitely change the look of the team. I'll probably do another video around then just to see what the Xenoverse team is truly like. Oh yeah, good thing we're going after him. We're gonna be smacking him a ton so we can drop his critical. Seriously? Not one crit? Not one crit until that. Bro. Good damage. He did about the same damage as Vegeta did. 26 million is pretty good. 24 million, that's pretty good. Hey, we got a third super. 41 million attack. Nice. Nice. And now he's dodging everything. We love to see that too. You can kind of look at this team as a glorified free-to-play. Not exactly free-to-play. Definitely a higher level. But dodge still very much makes this team better. This dude needs an easy A bad. I'll tell you that much too. Okay, so we don't have an STR orb to pick up. That sucks. So let's do this. We do get some nice links here. I definitely want to have that. So let's do this. Let's do that. And then Towa Mira, we're gonna go after Vegeta. One more turn, I think we can tank. Slot 1. After this, Vegeta's gonna get stronger, which might make it difficult. Nice. $26 mil. I like how here we got the crit. Seriously? What? Couldn't do it on the last team, on the last rotation with actual more crit. No, but here you're doing it. Dude, RNG is so dumb. So dumb. Yikes. Okay. Yeah. He was mainly just meant to drop his critical, so it's fine. Is this guy next for ECAs? No. Universal Blue. No, Universal Blue is after. Yeah, this guy's next. This guy is next. So if we get Heroes ECAs, he would probably be among them. I really hope we do. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting this unit in slot 3 also because I want to give everybody extra defense next turn. Vegeta's getting stronger, so we need all the cushioning we can get. Jiren and Vegeta both will benefit greatly from this. And you know what? I'm not going to use the Whis because I kind of want to see how much damage we take. I know I said I was trying to win this, but very curious. Very curious. Nice dodge. Okay, Jiren is gonna have to lift out. All right, so I got to keep on going after you. Oh, attack plus 100%. Oh God! Everybody's so strong and scary. I'm scared, dude. Everybody, just kill him. Forget Vegeta. Just go after Jiren. I mean, Goku, please. Uh-oh. All right, so all that extra defense, we have the Vegeta support with Trunks. I'm gonna say 200,000. We took about the same. Wow. We pretty much offset everything that he gained. That's good. Nice dodge. Bro, you gotta get out of here. We gotta kill you. $27.6. Nice. Do it again. One more time. One more time. Dang it. If we could get one more. Oh, if these were all crits, he would have been dead. Okay, next turn we're using a Whis for sure. Oh man. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so he's big scary mode. So let me go ahead and do this. I don't need to use this guy's active because it's not going to help. I don't think there's any point. Ooh, okay, you know what? We're going to kill Goku before he even does anything. So yeah, we're good. Okay. You know what I want to do? I think I want to keep Pan around. I'm going to bench Vegito. I'm going to keep Pan around just so we can have more consistent crit stuff. This dude's probably... Oh, God, he's roided out of his... Oh, yeah, he's going to get so strong. He's going to get so strong. All right, next turn we use the Whis. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Damn. All right, bro. I see how it is. Oh! That 90% damage reduction getting a lot of mileage here, man. Oh, God. All right, kill him, please. Just get him out of my face. All right, goodbye. Yes, all those crits. Very good, very good. Next turn, Vegeta is going to be ridiculous. We're going to have another God Vegeta, though. Maybe we can do this without items? Oh, next turn he gets... Next turn he gets 200% defense. So in order to... Okay, so we want crits so we can bypass that. So it's gonna have to be like this. Okay. Uh-huh. Only way to get crit is by picking up an STR tech thing in slot 3. Without it, this Vegeta's critical is 30, 30, 60. He's got a 60% crit, and we have a 40% hit a potential. 76% crit chance with my hit a potential. If we were to... Oh my god, look at the... What the... I think I want all those links. I do. I want them links. What? Can Towa Mira even survive in slot 3? I'm not gonna lie. I want to go for the gold. I do. I do. I'm crazy. I want to go for the gold. I want to do this with an item. I shudder to think how much we're gonna take here. I'm gonna say 400,000 damage. 700,000 damage. All right, we're at 103 million attack stat. Okay, dude, just every crit you got, 76% chance. We can do this. We can do this. No! Oh! I think that's it. Also, I just realized I gave him int Easters, didn't I? That was useless. We're dead. We're so dead. They're not surviving this. There's no way. There's no way. Bro. This was a good fight, though. I gotta say, this was a good fight. Dude, more supers! Oh! I thought that he'd be dead. Oh my god. Okay. If this isn't a super, we win. If it's a super, we lose. Unless I put Xeno Pan in slot 1. Which, there's no drama in that. We can't do that. There's no drama in doing that. We're doing it this way. We're doing it this way. Don't super. Does he always super slot 1? I actually don't know. Crossover team is not the top tier team. Crossover team is not the best. Just like any heroes team we get, it has marginal capabilities. It can work on some events with the help of items, but in terms of comparing it to the best of the best, not even close. Still a very fun team. I had a lot of fun running that squad right there. But this is the sort of team that you would occasionally pick up and throw onto an event as a random adventure. I feel like running a different team. Let's try crossover. That's about it. These guys are not going to have any bearings on like the top tier most meta strats, barring any like very specific situations. So if you have them, great. But if you don't have them, don't freak out too much. Just like any hero celebration, they're not a must have, but I definitely stand by all of their builds except for this. Again, let me once again say, I have this weird obsession with wanting this guy to get hit. It's truly the ultra ego kicking in, but everybody else is built the way they're supposed to. Max dodge for Trunks, max dodge for the Jiren, max dodge for Towa Mira, and if I'm being completely honest, this guy should also be max dodge. The rest can go to whatever you want, probably additional, because we don't need all that extra crit chance. We have adequate support here. This is the best crossover team within like what we have so far. There will be a few more crossover EZAs coming up, maybe in a week or two. And so once we get those, we'll add more onto this team and we'll update it and see what works. Maybe it's Tech Towa, maybe it's physical Super Saiyan 5 Mira. Honestly, I would like Towa and Mira to be top tier. I want to be able to use this guy and not cringe. This is one of the coolest character designs ever. Let me do it. Crossover's fun, not top tier. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let the comments your thoughts on the crossover team 2026. Do you think it's going to be getting better with those EZAs coming up? Who is your favorite among these? How do you build them all? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let these know you want to see more episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Always remember to Dokkan responsibly.